Jared Harris. Lo sceneggiatore del film Noah Oppenheim.
I have to be passionate about a subject matter. For me, I don't know if I'm really a director or not, but I'm absolutely committed to a subject and a story, and then I feel like I can do anything, but I have to really believe in whatever the material is, and this I felt was so important to kind of get this conversation out there, and then we can begin to evaluate. This is kind of a global issue, like where we are with nuclear weapons, and of course, hope against hope. You know, maybe we reduce the nuclear stockpile someday, but in the meantime, we are really living in a house of dynamite, and so my interest was to get that information out there. I watched that movie and I want them all gone. I mean, how is annihilating the world, let's say, a good defensive measure? I mean, what are you defending?
We've constructed this weaponry that could end all life, and it's miraculous, frankly, that something horrific hasn't happened already. So many of these weapons are on a hair trigger system. In countries like ours, one individual, the president, has the sole authority to authorize their use. So we wanted to tell a story about that system, which is not really a reflection of any partisan political situation or any particular moment in geopolitical time. It's just the reality of the nuclear age.
Yeah, courage and bravery after doing this movie.
Personally, I wanted to know where we are again with the nuclear stockpile and how volatile it is, and who's taking care of it, which it turns out that it's these incredibly competent people operating in an infinitesimally short timeline, and it's only the fate of the world is at stake.
What it did to me is spark interest, knowledge, and it opened communication within my family. I'm not politically astute. I have opinions, and I don't always want to raise them unless I am very well read in the matter, because I think that can be very counterbalancing. But what it has done, it has evoked conversation, and it has made me more interested and realize that the fragility we live under, even though we live under peace sometimes, we are constantly in a world of dynamite, right? And it's about communicating and being in conversation about these topics. That is important.
Congratulations, an amazing film.
What debate would you like to spark in your country?
Oh, it's a very good question. I think that the script really comes from conversations with people in those rooms, and so that is evidence of, as you say, perhaps an isolationist approach, and that's good to point out and good to be aware of, for sure.
But I'm sure you started writing it a while ago.
You have to give it to people that enter politics, the life cycle of, going on an educative curve to become a politician means that you have to adopt that courage really early. Because then you're faced with these impossible predicaments. And it's about your judgment then. It's about what you know, what you've learned, what you've lived through, and your courage. So I learned that I don't have the courage to be in politics. That's for sure.
I mean, I think that I'm grateful that I will never be put in that situation. Well, I will have to decide what to do, whether to take the hit or to launch. I think that would be a nightmare. Just watching the film itself, I didn't sleep for a week afterwards, so I think if I was in that situation, I'd never sleep.
We need to be much more informed, and that would be my greatest hope, and that we actually initiate a conversation about nuclear weapons and non-proliferation in a perfect world. If we want to survive, which I can only assume we do, So that would be my hope and my takeaway.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the time. Thank you. Very good.
Oh, we did it.